going to need your help with this homily. Those of you who know me know that math is not my strength, but this year I find myself tutoring 8th graders in math. Things like linear relationships, things I haven't studied in a long time. Follow me? And so when I'm sitting down and trying to help them through word problems, for instance, I've grown in my respect for middle school teachers. Jesus, in today's gospel, is giving us a word problem in math. And this is where I need your help. If you have one of those cell phones that has a calculator, pull it out. Really, we're going to need it for this homily. Because Jesus gives a scenario, and I'm trying to translate it in today's terms, because essentially Jesus is talking about different people who go to church, and different people who give different amounts in the collection. Did you catch that in today's gospel? So, let's try to turn it into a problem here and figure out what Jesus is trying to say. Now that we're grabbing our calculators, let's imagine that Juan gives a gift of $2. So far, so good. Anna gives a gift of $10, and Luis gives a gift of $20. So far, so good. Now I have the marker. Now let's imagine that Juan gave $2, but Juan makes a salary each week. Each week he earns, what should we say, $400? So let's see what Jesus is getting to in this lesson about giving. For those of us who pulled out our calculator, if we were to take that calculator and take 2 divided by 400, can you help me with the math there? 2 divided by 400, that would be, okay, so 0.005, which in a percent, if we move the decimal point 2 places to the right, then that would be 0.5%. That Juan gave 0.5% of his income in today's collection. Does that sound right? Some of you checking my math now. Okay. Juan gave 0.5% of what he earned in today's collection. Actually, before we get to all of that, we should ask, who gave the bigger gift in the collection? That's what we should have asked in the beginning. Who gave the biggest gift in the collection? The answer is? Oh, Jesus said, it depends. Wait a minute. It's obvious Luis gave the bigger gift. Jesus in today's gospel said, not necessarily. Because in today's gospel, all sorts of people are coming up and putting all sorts of money into the temple treasury, and they're hearing all those coins ring in the funnel-shaped canister. But then along comes a little widow who only puts in 2 coins. And Jesus asked, who gave the bigger gift? And automatically they say, the people who put the most money in gave the bigger gift. And Jesus said, wrong. Ready for the next one? Anna. Let's say that Anna, who gave $10 in the collection, made $200 this week. Can you help me with the math? So that 10 divided by 200, help me out now. 10 divided by 200 would be 0.05, or in a percent, move that 2 to the right, so that would be 5%. Check my math, make sure I'm doing this right. Juan gave 0.5%, Anna gave 5%. Who made the bigger gift? Anna. Not because it was $10, but because it was a larger percent of what she had, said Jesus. So now let's come to Luis. I love this story by Jesus because it's so concrete. Luis, who put in $20, Luis is doing pretty well this year. He's making $1,000 a week. $1,000 a week. So $20 out of $1,000, for those of you who have calculators, would be what? 0.02? Which means move it 2 to the right, and that would be Is that right? Someone's checking my math there? Jesus' question, who gave the bigger gift? It's not who put in the most money, but it's how generous they were with what they had. Let's go back to the example of Luis. Luis has only come to church once this month. So really it's really not 2% of what he earned this month, follow me? But it's a quarter of that. Let's take the scenario a step farther. Anna, who gave 5%, lost her job this week, and she's not sure when the next time is that she's going to have income coming in. Now, who made the bigger leap of faith? Who made the bigger gift? Was it Juan, who came to church once and put a $20 bill in the collection to assuage his guilt?
That was Luis.
Luis, thank you. It's hard to keep them straight, Juan and Luis. Brothers and sisters, what I love about today's gospel is that it's really not so much about math, but this is about faith. It's not so much about math, it's about faith. And the question is, how much faith do you have that God is going to provide? Because that widow who put in those small coins, that was all she had, which was why she was showing her faith in giving everything that she had. In today's first reading, what do we have happening? In today's first reading, that widow in Zarephath, she only had a little bit of flour and a little bit of oil, and then she and her son were going to die of starvation in the desert. And along comes Elijah thinking that he was going to get something to eat. What did she do? She gave him something to eat. From the very little that she had, she shared a large percent of what she had. Follow me? Which is why the Catholic Church has never taken a look at gifts and said, oh, look at this. This person is giving more than this person. This person is giving less than this person. No, because it all depends on how it's given. Is it given with faith and love and hope, like those widows in today's readings? Brothers and sisters, I suspect that today's readings make us look at ourselves and ask us, how much are we giving of ourselves? Did we listen to today's second reading in the letter to the Hebrews? Those priests who walked in the temple back then, they offered the blood of lambs and the blood of oxen and the blood of pigeons. They offered other blood than their own. What does today's second reading say? Jesus gave us what? How did he save us? With his own blood. He gave us everything that he had for our salvation. How much are we willing to give of our lives and of those things that God has given us to others? Are we being generous like those widows and like Christ? Or are we being stingy and holding things for ourselves? It's more about faith than math. This week, may we more generously share of our time and of our talent and of all those gifts that God has given us with God and with those around us.